I feel bad about how I treated you back in high school.
What?
Well, you were always standing up for things that you believe in, and I just kept telling you to calm down.
Number 10, Michael Cera, Arrested Development.
Wow, I'm Mr. Manager.
Well, manager. We would just say manager. And you can hire an employee if you need one.
Do you think I need one?
Don't look at me, Mr. Manager.
Right, it's up to me now. I'm Mr. Manager.
Upon its premiere in 2003, the Fox sitcom Arrested Development was widely acclaimed by critics for its oddball humor and exceptional performances. Among its ensemble cast of characters was the awkward and painfully shy teenager George Michael Bluth, brought to life by Michael Cera.
I'm sorry, Dad, I screwed it all up. I've got no right to call myself Mr. Manager.
Manager?
Manager, I'm sorry, Dad.
Cera played the role for 3 years, until the show was axed in 2006 due to poor ratings. Following the cancellation, Cera achieved even greater fame, picking up major roles in coming-of-age films such as Juno and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. After Netflix revived Arrested Development for a 4th season in 2012, Cera returned to the sitcom, this time adding writer and consulting producer to his list of credits.
And then maybe said something that made him change his mind.
I trust you, George Michael. I would not get into bed with you on this thing if I didn't trust you.
I mean, of course you can trust me in bed.
Number 9, Jaleel White, Family Matters and ScoobyDoo and Guess Who.
Hey, look! I'm playing! They're playing, boss! They're playing!
Jaleel White was only 12 years old when he landed the gig of a lifetime, playing Steve Urkel on the ABC sitcom Family Matters. Initially billed as a guest appearance, the nosy neighbor of the Winslows caught on with audiences and eventually became the show's main character.
Howdy doody, downpowns. Steven, a little help here, please. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Jim Carrey in my mask.
After appearing on the sitcom for 9 years, White reportedly became jaded with the role and tried to distance himself from it. That didn't last too long, however, as the California actor donned his thick glasses and suspenders for a 2019 appearance in the animated series Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. The episode also featured the Urkel bot, one of his inventions, and came complete with his signature catchphrases.
Hiya, fellow metalheads. We're gonna be best friends. Say, got any cheese?
Does not compute. Too much nerd. Too much nerd.
Number 8, Mario Lopez and Elizabeth Berkeley, Saved by the Bell.
I can see it now. Yo, come hither, Heather.
I can see the movie now. Pigs go to college.
Equal parts entertaining and informative, the NBC sitcom Saved by the Bell became a hit with teens and young adults. Mario Lopez and Elizabeth Berkeley rose to fame as part of the main cast of the series, playing the characters of A.C. Slater and Jesse Spano respectively.
Modeled by A.C. Slater, the pants are denim, the shirt is corduroy, and the boots, which Lisa uses to stomp all over my heart, are the finest Italian leather.
Nearly 3 decades after its original run, it was announced that the show would be revived on the NBC streaming service Peacock, uniting some of the classic characters with a new generation. Lopez and Berkeley reprised their roles on the reboot, this time as staff members of their Bayside alma mater. The revival also saw the return of Mark Paul Gosselaar, Tiffany Thiessen, and Lark Voorhees, who made guest appearances throughout the series.
Let the stats decide.
Yeah, you're right. Ooh, and I love me some stats. You know, my QB rating was 116 back in high school. And I even kept stats on all the girls I made out with back in the day. Wanna see?
Ew.
Number 7, Sara Gilbert, Roseanne and the Connors.
Becky, every time they come to one of my games, Dad just are yelling, we better swing better. And Mom, she throws snow cones at the umpire.
Like many other child actors, Sara Gilbert got her start making appearances in TV commercials. She then rose to prominence at the age of 13 when she was cast as Darlene Connor on the hit ABC sitcom Roseanne, receiving 2 Emmy nominations for her performance.
You've been home for a week now, Darlene, and you're going to school tomorrow no matter what, so quit milking this thing.
Nice bedside manner.
Years after the show ended, Gilbert ignited the spark that ultimately led to it being pulled out of retirement. Alongside the rest of the original cast, including her on-screen sister, Lacey Goranson, Gilbert returned as Darlene for a 10th season revival that became an unexpected success. Following its cancellation due to Roseanne Barr's controversial remarks, the show was retooled as The Connors, focusing on the rest of the eponymous family.
Plaid shirt at 2 o'clock. Check it out. He's wearing a watch with a leather band.
Yeah, but nobody wears a watch anymore. That means he can't afford a phone.
No job!
Number 6. Soleil Moon Frye, Punky Brewster.
Henry, we're out of cereal milk.
Punky, whatever happened to good morning? How are you today?
Good morning. How are you today? We're still out of cereal milk.
Out of over 3,000 girls, 7-year-old Soleil Moon Frye was chosen to play the titular role in the 80s sitcom Punky Brewster. Frye starred as the precocious, pigtailed girl who was raised by a cranky building manager after being abandoned by her parents.
Henry said for me to write my feelings in a journal, but since I don't know what a journal is, I'll use my diary instead.
While this served as her breakthrough performance, the former child star became even more recognizable in adulthood for a 3-season stint as Roxy King in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. In 2021, Frye rediscovered her punky power, returning as the iconic character who had become a single mom of 3, helping out a rebellious orphan reminiscent of her past self.
Stick out your tongue. Give me Beyonce Girl Squad Diva. Oops. Got you smiling.
This reboot, which reunited Frye with her co-star Cherry Johnson, was sadly canceled after 1 season. Number 5. Cal Mitchell, All That.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
The beloved sketch comedy series All That was created to serve as a kid-friendly version of Saturday Night Live. The show, which premiered in 1994, became a staple on Nickelodeon and helped launch the careers of several actors, most notably Kenan Thompson and Cal Mitchell.
Well, my problem is with my son Melvin. He's always being picked on at school by the other boys.
Let me get this straight. You named the boy Melvin. Then wonder why he's getting hassled at school.
The two soon began working closely together, eventually landing their own sitcom, Kenan and Kel. While Thompson moved on to SNL afterwards, Mitchell took on a string of supporting performances in movies and TV shows, and lent his voice to several animated characters. More than a decade after it last aired, All That was revived for an 11th season that saw the return of Mitchell, not only as his trademark characters, but as an executive producer.
You know what? Cause Green ain't never got no prize for having fun times or hanging out with friends.
Number 4. Ben Savage and Danielle Fishel, Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World.
Give me your hand. Why? I want to see if our energies converge.
The 90s arguably was the golden age of teen-oriented TV shows, and no discussion of that era is ever complete without the hit coming-of-age sitcom Boy Meets World. The series detailed the adolescent experiences of Corey Matthews from middle school all the way to adulthood. Ben Savage starred in the lead role, with Danielle Fishel playing his romantic interest and eventual wife, Topanga Lawrence.
We're going to New York. We are going to start the next chapter of our lives.
How am I taking it?
Better than me?
Fans were surely hit with a wave of nostalgia when a spin-off series premiered in 2014. Centered around Corey and Topanga's young daughter Riley, Girl Meets World featured Savage and Fishel back in the roles that shot them into the limelight. It presented a modern perspective on the original's premise, but only lasted 3 seasons before Disney pulled the plug.
This family you've given me, Topanga, it's everything. Am I everything to you?
My whole life.
Number 3. Miranda Cosgrove, iCarly.
Wow, my voice sounds so weird. That's so cool.
Miranda Cosgrove first gained prominence for her performance in the 2003 cult comedy School of Rock. Soon after, she made her Nickelodeon debut, starring as the troublesome Megan Parker on Drake and Josh. This paved the way for what has become her most recognizable role yet as the titular character on iCarly. Cosgrove remained on the show throughout its 6-season original run, winning several awards for her endearing performance.
So,
Freddie, how did you get to know so much about computers?
Oh, well, actually, yeah.
After earning a degree in psychology from the University of Southern California, Cosgrove made a splashing comeback to her signature role in a revival series that premiered in 2021. With original cast members Jerry Trainer and Nathan Kress also returning, the new series sure feels like you're catching up with an old friend.
He's never even seen iCarly, so he has no preconceived notions about how amazing I am. He gets to discover it.
Number 2, Candace, CameronBeret, and Jodie Sweetin, Full House and Fuller House.
I decided what I'm gonna be for Michelle's circus party. I'm gonna be a lion tamer. Oh yeah, like that's really gonna let a lion in the house.
Candace, CameronBeret, and Jodie Sweetin were just kids when they were cast on ABC's Full House. Beret and Sweetin played DJ and Stephanie Tanner respectively, 2 of the 3 daughters whose dad is left to raise them after their mom's sudden demise. Also helping out are their uncle and their father's best friend, who subsequently move into the family house.
Now, where it says here, Stephanie takes heaping spoonful, you don't need to say that, you just do it. No.
The sitcom consistently garnered high ratings and spawned a sequel series, which premiered on Netflix in 2016.
Say you're sorry.
And I love you. And hug it out.
Sorry, I love you.
Fuller House follows an adult DJ, now a widowed mother of 3, who enlists the help of her sister Stephanie and best friend Kimmy to raise her kids. Beret and Sweetin reprised their roles alongside Andrea Barber, who played Kimmy in the original show.
Kimmy, you do not need to do this.
Yes, I agree with DJ. You do not need to.
Number 1, Raven Simone, That's So Raven and Raven's Home.
Relax, she's not here. But she's in the building. I can feel her. She's getting closer and closer and closer. I can't see! I can't see!
Raven Simone first graced our screens at the tender age of 3 as the precocious Olivia Kendall on The Cosby Show. She landed her first lead role playing the psychic title character on Disney Channel's That's So Raven. In what is largely considered her breakthrough performance, Raven Simone received wide acclaim for the show and was catapulted to international fame.
Actually, Mr. Sweetback.
It is General Sweetback! Ma'am, U.S. Army retired, 2 stars. I am now in women's clothing. Well, clearly right now I am dressed as a man.
Like many other beloved teen series, That's So Raven was revived a full decade later as the spin-off Raven's Home. The new show also stars Raven Simone and Annalise Vanderpool, reprising the roles they're now best known for. Only this time, they're both single moms living in the same house who soon discover that one of Baxter's kids also possesses psychic abilities.
I don't need a reason to celebrate my special little lady. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. My special little lady, you like it?
It's making me a tiny bit uncomfortable.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.